They're also selling these recyclable straws now, so on Amazon. So you don't use straws because the animals will get them and then they'll choke on them. So
gotta do it. Gotta do it.
That's
if you
right.
see something out there on the bay,
Pick it up.
Go and scoop it up.
Yeah, exactly right. We need to make sure our environment is clean. It's what we use. It's what we like to go to the beach and see a clean beach.
Yeah,
so
not like one like that one.
Yeah, not at all. And we like to see a nice forecast too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we have some isolated storms in the forecast, but it still is warm out there. So take the good before we talk about the bad. And as we take a live look out at the Inner Harbor, we have a lot of good out there. We have dry conditions. We have a good amount of sunshine. We see a few people out there on the boardwalk. And so we're talking about comfortable conditions. And when we take a look at what's on the way for Saturday and all of the Preakness festivities, we're talking about temperatures by lunchtime right around 75 degrees. Then we'll be in the upper 70s by the time we get to 3 p.m. And then by 6 p.m. we'll see temperatures near 77 degrees right around race time. Maybe a stray shower, but otherwise warm and humid. So get ready for those conditions. And as we talk about the weather headlines, we have an isolated storm threat for today. We have warm conditions on the way for the weekend. And we also have a limited rain threat. So an isolated shower can be ruled out, but we're still talking about warm and fairly dry conditions. But as we talk about the storm threat that's out there for today, we have a marginal risk for severe weather covering a large portion of our region. As we look back toward the south and west, we have a slight risk in that direction, including the nation's capital. They could potentially see stronger storms. But for us, we're just watching for the development of an isolated storm or two that could turn severe. And we're seeing some moisture now moving into northern parts of the state. Again, very isolated in nature. But when we look back to the west, we see a lot more activity back across parts of Ohio and West Virginia. And I point this out just to point out that it's moving toward our west. It should stay to our west at this point, but we have wind flow that's continuing to push these storms in our direction still. And we're looking at activity mainly that develops potentially across western parts of Pennsylvania and moves out of Ohio. Some of that activity could actually move right across our region, so that's what we're watching out for. On top of that, we have a cold front at the surface, and this cold front will continue to push in our direction, and it will also add to the rain threat and even the storm chances across our region as we head throughout the evening. But in terms of temperatures at the moment, it is warm out there. It is comfortable. Temperatures anywhere from the upper 70s toward the low 80s, 81 degrees at the Inner Harbor. Wind, not too bad, anywhere from 6 to about 17 miles per hour. So we have a nice breeze out there, but still very comfortable, very nice conditions. And as we track the forecast continue through the evening, we will have to watch out for some clouds, maybe even an isolated storm threat. Again, any storm that develops that turns severe could bring damaging wind with it. But at this point, we're not seeing a lot of it showing up on the models here. And as we head toward midnight, we'll see clouds around. Some of those clouds will be around as a cold front pushes south of our region. And by the time we get to tomorrow morning, we'll see a few clouds around still. And with the front nearby and then eventually pushing back north or sitting nearby our region as a warm front, well, we are talking about an isolated rain threat, but more than anything, I think a lot of us enjoying some pretty comfortable and pretty nice conditions. And as we talk about the forecast for tonight, well, we're talking about those temperatures down to about 56 degrees toward Parkton, right around 62 degrees toward the Inner Harbor, with a few clouds out there, a shower possible, mild and muggy. And as we take a look at the 7-day forecast, we want to point it out that, again, a stray shower is possible for Preakness Day. Temperatures right around 79 degrees. Then as we head towards Sunday, temperatures are a lot higher, reaching the mid and upper 80s, but we still have to watch out for a late day pop-up shower. Then as we look toward Monday, a cold front, a weakening cold front will approach us, but it still will bring us a spotty storm chance, and it will be warm, temperatures in the upper 80s. But by the time we get to Tuesday, once that cold front passes through, we're talking about cooler conditions into Tuesday, temperatures in the mid 70s, and then a warm up as we head back into Wednesday and into Thursday and the rest of the work week.